Aloha, and welcome to. I can do a lot better with these videos. I'm realizing standards. Um, just noticed that I didn't upload a video titled "Embarrassing Relapse" 6 months ago. I uploaded it to another YouTube account that I have. So not only will no one ever watch that, but no one will ever really watch that. The whole point was, I think it was. I actually am not sure which relapse it was. If it was number one or number two, there was one in April, May. I part of me wanted to travel, maybe go to Thailand at that point. Didn't do it. Um, be more out on my own, not worry about stupid women loneliness here. The second one, I got cleaned up, relapsed again a month later or 2 weeks later. Almost ended up dropping out of school. That was in early June, July. So, and then I was looking up at videos I needed to delete. I probably uploaded this one, but just didn't delete it to my phone. But it was on Christmas last year, and if you remember Christmas last year, um, life was going really great. I had gotten into the program. I'm surfing. I'm feeling amazing. Um, I had been working on a forgiveness process for some people in my life, some women in my life that were at one point, if however briefly in my life, but that caused me a lot of pain, as well as my parents. And I've been working on releasing that energy, and then went to a Christmas party with this girl, and you know, we had that emotional love bonding connection, but none of the sexy num nums that I wanted and needed. It was too much seeing her bang other guys and getting her heart broken, and me feeling like I needed to pick that up. So that was torturous. And then and me working on my sobriety, and her actively banging dudes that do fucking drugs and don't fucking care about her, you know. And then there were other people at the party who were using and drinking, and it. So I went home, Christmas after party, went to a strip club, got some, tried to get some coke. One dude tried to give me some fentanyl. He was nice enough to ask me if I wanted coke or coke with fentanyl. You know, thank God for that. Then I went back to my old dealer. Didn't really do a lot of drugs, but whatever. Anyway, the whole thing. So Christmas is around the corner, and in a couple days, and what a fucking year. Um, it took a lot of relapses. There's different levels of acceptance. I went to the gym the other day, and it was like 25% body fat, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I need to accept that. I am a lot fatter and a lot less muscle than I thought that I was. So, accepting where I am, 166 pounds, 25% body fat, 40 pounds of fat at least on my body, 42 maybe. I want to replace 22 pounds of that with muscle. Maybe I shouldn't be eating so many carbs, but my My personal trainer did say I need to eat more than just like 1,100 or 1,600 calories because my body's in basically starvation mode. Um, I'm not going to be able to build any muscle like that. So I actually have to eat more. So frustrating. But it can be frustrating and true at the same time. So just don't get this is homemade guacamole, and I took the cheese off of it because it was just disgusting. But Papa John's, man, it's like at a certain point, does a corporation and do the people in the corporation just say, well, we have a brand, people are going to eat the shit, people are going to consume the shit, people are going to whatever the shit, and here I am eating the shit. I got a coupon for it. And never fucking again. That is disgusting. It's not even bread that we get at a bakery. And it's like worse than a fucking frozen pizza. Just disgusting. It's like, how do you treat your customers like that? Anyway, I'm thinking about that in terms of starting my own business, which yesterday opened a business bank account at the bank. That's awesome. Yeah. That felt really, really, really good and really wise to do. It motivates me more toward my goal. I'm gonna go to Maui next Tuesday, and look at a business that I want to bring to Oahu. So that's awesome. Either Monday or Tuesday, I met up with some friends from this leadership group called PSI, which is a spinoff of, I don't know what it's a spinoff of, but it's maybe similar to Landmark in some ways. Maybe they were the same. I think Landmark is a spinoff of PSI. But yeah, it was a really great experience, and the dude and his mentor and everything. It's in the same vein as Napoleon Hill, which is, Bob Proctor to some extent, Tony Robbins, but it's in its own way. It's ancient, somewhat Buddhist. It's not somewhat Buddhist. the the way the neurology works in your brain with visualization and feeling and all that stuff. There may be similar things that yogics and Buddhists discovered on their paths to quote unquote enlightenment. But it's using those mind techniques for success, more material success, and a broader scheme of things, hopefully success and giving back to humanity, than it is using the focus and the same feeling generation toward finding your own inner peace and being non-reactive. So it's all good stuff. It's all connected. It's all how we can use this, how we can train this properly to be the best thing for us and our hearts as well. What was the point? Oh yeah, he's interested in a very similar business. So we linked up, and that feels good. Started working with my personal trainer again. Um, and a lot of it's just been me. It's just me getting over myself and me like feeling the energy inside of me and me feeling the whatever. And you know, Paramahansa Yogananda says it. Um, it's as being in the Bible as well. Maybe it's the mitochondria in your cells. Maybe there is some spiritual cosmic energy that enters your body somehow. Um, but whatever it is, there's like an energy and a life force that's internally generated more so than just um, a drive, right? It's a desire, much more so than just like by not bread alone, not by bread alone. So 2 weeks ago or so, I was at the gym, um, climbing a little bit with my personal trainer, dude, and he introduced me to this girl who was visiting, and his friend. Turns out, she's like, "Oh, I live in Thailand," and I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. I'm planning to go." And she's like, "Oh, well, now you know someone in Thailand." I was like, "Wow, that's super cool for you to be that type of person. And you don't even know me." And said she would show me around, and really big, generous heart. And yesterday I booked a trip to Thailand for a month and a half. So um, I've been meaning to go for a long time. Part of me wanted to like travel with that beautiful romantic partner that I never found, and maybe that's not my life path. Maybe I'm supposed to be a single, sexy dude that gives pleasure to lots of women. I could see that. And receiving is a big part, and that can be challenging for me as well. A lot of lessons in this. So, I'm planning to go to Thailand early February, do the full moon party. Um, probably, probably not enjoy it, but maybe enjoy it. Enjoy it differently. Enjoy it soberly. So, that'll be a fun little challenge. And then after that, do something. Maybe do a yoga retreat. Maybe just travel. Maybe hike around. I've got, a month to plan. And then I applied. Hopefully, I'll get in to a 10-day seated silent vipassana meditation in Chattamburi at the end of my trip. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting different people, to being in a completely different and foreign culture. I got stuck when I was in Japan, and I noticed too, like yesterday, I went to Japan the first time as a student to study abroad, and I had one experience, and that was a fun experience. But then the second time I went, I mean, we're done with this. Not only did I go for a girl in love, but I went to work. And I went to work and do something that I wasn't really excited about in the first place. And so the intent that I was going with and the energy that I was bringing and the whatever around it was just, it wasn't exciting, and it wasn't alive. And thinking back, it's weird, you know. There's a million people that live in Hawaii, a million plus on this island, and not 10% of them go hiking or go to the beach every single day. Like most people just work. And how fucking miserable is that? That you live in paradise and you slave your ass off. It is fucking miserable. And yeah, so it's sad that we get into work mode and doing stuff mode instead of enjoying what's around us. And then we expect to be 60, 65 and retire and enjoy it then. So sad. So sad. So, ultimate potential, affirmators. I choose to live my life. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Turning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever turned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. Hilarious. Um, yeah, other developments. I made a video on this and then I didn't post it, so I deleted it. But I started AA, like fully officially committing to AA, which is weird. It feels weird, especially having so many times of sobriety and so many times of whatever under my belt. But it feels like on the way to being a coach and to understanding things more and to being a psychologist and to doing literally everything possible in order to stay sober and lead a better life. Meditate, eat not shitty Papa John's, uh, be with people with a really good energy, right? Sleep well, fix your hair, I don't know, all those things. Journal daily. That it takes in order to lead a good life. That yeah, why not add that to it? So I've been working with a sponsor, finished step one, and the big the big reveal under step one is admit that you're an alcoholic and admit that you're powerless. And my first, before I went to any other substances, it was alcohol, and I stopped using alcohol and I started using other substances. And then, in order to stop using the other substances, I started using alcohol again. So I definitely have an avoidance, and I definitely have an addiction thing. And there was an article that said in mice populations and in human populations, about 15% of us either owed partially or wholly to genetic, epigenetic, environmental, or whatever causes, or you just drink and you develop it. Nobody's really sure. But those are a percentage of the people that are going to be aberrant, problem, terrible drinkers. That when they drink, they just cannot fucking stop, and it's a disease of choice. If you want to use the word disease, I'm okay with the word recovery now. When I was in rehab, I had accepted that I was now like fully and deeply, and yet it still felt different to do it with a sponsor, and it still felt different to do it, in that setting. And I could feel my vibration change a little, and my body change a little bit. Just as a month ago when I was on that PSI 7-day leadership thing, and I forgave people who had hurt me, and called in the power to be my own man. And since then, I've seen a lot of energetic changes from other people, how people are perceiving me in the world. I am more open, I'm more vulnerable, I'm more freely humorous, I'm more freely myself. So yeah, a lot of really really great things, and it was funny. I think this happened Monday night, right, when I was like, acceptance, just like I accepted myself that I'm 25% body weight. My friend, she called me last night, and she was like, oh, yeah, yeah. I told my boyfriend, and I finally accepted myself. Um, I probably have a sex addiction, and and I asked her how she felt, and she's like, "Yeah, like I feel energetically different." I'm like, "I bet you do. That's awesome. Go you." So, um, yeah, mm, love you. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. You're doing better and better every day. You are increasingly achieving your goals. You're increasingly loving yourself. You're increasingly forgiving yourself. You're increasingly doing all the things that you can do in your life to make your life better because you love yourself and you have standards for yourself. That's you. Aloha.